So Resident Evil 4 had quite the gameplay showcase during the Oculus Gaming Showcase on April 21st, 2021. And I want to talk about everything we learned in this showcase and why it turns a 16-year-old game, which still holds up, by the way, into something that's very worth revisiting in 2021 in this new medium of VR. And the first thing I want to talk about is the kinetics of it. You're constantly moving in the VR version of Resident Evil 4. If there was one gameplay thing that has not aged well about Resident Evil 4, it's the constant pausing. Something as easy as grabbing money pulls you into a pause screen. And here, that is all done away with. From your inventory management, which was in a pause screen, to grabbing items, grabbing weapons, grabbing the shotgun off of the mantle. That's all done in real time with no pausing, and I think that is a really, really cool way to keep you invested in the game. That is something that I personally used to do. I used to pull up my inventory just to kind of like take a breath and figure out my next move. That is no longer going to be the case. The next thing that we learned that I think is particularly cool is accessibility features. And I know that this is not a big deal for some veterans, but for me it is a big deal because I have historically suffered from VR sickness. There is snap turning, there is teleporting, even if it looks a little weird, and there is free locomotion in a open scale VR room. You can use your full play space to experience this game, which is super cool. The next thing that I think is worth noting is apparently this is in fact a Quest 2 exclusive. Not too surprising, but there's not a whole lot of games out there that are only on the Quest 2. This is going to be a Quest 2 only game, which is interesting. Next, we learned that there is no release date, but it is later this year, and all the footage they showed was pre-alpha, so it might be later in the year than we think. This might actually be their like holiday title, which is a bit disappointing considering I think a lot of us wanted it kind of neck and neck with Resident Evil 8 Village. Something else that we learned is the audio design is going to be enhanced. You're going to be hearing sounds in a spatially significant way, which makes sense. And I think the last thing that we learned that is super significant to me at least is that this is Resident Evil 4. This is not some half-baked spin-off weird thing. This is the entire game done from start to finish. None of the content's changing, including the cutscenes being presented in their original state. And just speaking of cutscenes and QuickTime events, just while I'm on it, they did mention that they fixed a lot of the bugs that are in the 60 frame per second portions of the game. I know some of those QuickTime events are absolutely brutal, so hopefully those are fixed. They also said the game's going to run at a higher resolution or frame rate. They did not say what that frame rate is. But all that being said, this is what we learned from the Resident Evil 4 VR gameplay showcase at the Oculus Gaming Showcase. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this release. I'm personally super hype about it. This is like getting me really excited to get back into VR. But yep, that's it for me, and I will catch you next time.